Hey, folks. So I had a really interesting conversation today with my Tony Robbins coach. I've had a Tony Robbins coach, a coach who's through the Tony Robbins company for, oh God, a couple years now. And I've sort of had I'm on my third one. The first two were okay, but didn't work out so well. And now I've got a woman who's awesome, really, really good. Her name's Carine, and she's Belgian. And I'm just getting amazing reflection from her and feedback from her. And so today I was just kind of talking about, the last couple weeks and how it's felt building the business, building this course, all that stuff. And, what I just kind of almost offhandedly mentioned that I've felt somewhat just tired by it and that it's feeling like a lot of work. And I've been saying this in my last couple posts too. And I noticed, for example, yesterday I was saying when my energy goes to my heart, all of a sudden I'm energized. Or a couple days ago, I had this urge or this sensation of when I put my focus on what I'm actually doing and the reason why I'm doing it and potential new expressions of what I'm creating with this course. Immediately, even saying it right now, bam, I get energized. And that was, so I've kind of been clocking this. And today, what Carine said just really kind of it focused it for me. Because what she said was, so I told her I've been feeling kind of tired and a little bit depleted. And, I was like, I'm feeling really good. I'm creating this amazing thing that's really fun to work with. And I'm getting this fantastic feedback from my students. But I just feel kind of exhausted. I'm just feeling even though I'm sleeping well and whatnot, I'm just feeling tired. And she said, oh, well, do you remember the archetypes that we talked about? And I was like, yes, vaguely. We talked about archetypes several months ago. And she was like, okay, so I think when you tell me that you're fatigued, what that's telling me is your warrior archetype is a little too active. You're spending a lot of time in your warrior archetype, and you need to shift your focus some occasionally to the other two lighter, more yin, more feminine archetypes, the magician and the lover. And she was like, what are you doing to have you to when does your magician enter your life? Or when does your lover enter your life? And I was like, I don't know. They don't. And I basically realized that's kind of what I've been craving. There's this way in which, and I've heard this, it's so funny. You hear this 1,000 different ways and it kind of eventually, hopefully sinks in. But I've heard, our therapist talks about, spending time in play every day, spending time. There are kind of three categories of activity that you want to have some semblance of balance in: work, play, and rest. And basically it's 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours. 8 hours of work, 8 hours of rest, 8 hours of play. And for sure, recently it has not felt like 8 hours of play. There's been maybe 15 minutes of play per day, so I can tell that I'm way overextended on the work side. But it was really interesting to kind of frame it in terms of the warrior, which is the make it happen, do the work, get the thing done, go out there, be, create. And the magician, which is kind of that magical presence that just everything gets done, but the magician has no idea how it gets done. When our magician archetype doesn't actually need to know how it's going to get done, because the magician just knows that it is getting done, that it will get done. And so as a result, there's a kind of ease and a lightness and a playfulness that comes in with the magician because we're not stressing about getting it done anymore. And then the lover, is okay, this other energy, how much time do I spend in my heart? How much time do I spend with my partner? Genuinely connected, genuinely giving love, genuinely in resonance with my heart center. And I was like, well, probably not as much as I could. That's what my post yesterday was about, was as soon as my awareness, my focus travels to my heart. It's like, I just feel the whole universe shift around me. It's like literally all of a sudden the tree looks beautiful, and like the energy of literally everything changes. And so that was just kind of a really cool reframe to receive today. And I was really grateful to Carine for offering that to me, and it makes total sense. And the funny thing is, like, then I was looking out the window right here at our totally busted, falling off the hinges front gate for our yard, which I've been meaning to fix for weeks, and actually months. And I'm kind of excited about it. Like, I've gone to Home Depot, I figured out what I'm going to do. It feels like it would just be a fun project to like go outside and build the gate, you know? But I haven't been doing it because I've been so intent on just getting these videos done and preparing the content, creating the content, teaching, 3-4 lessons a day. So when I clocked that, I was like, oh, that feels like play. Like, that's a creative project, but it's just feels like getting out and getting my hands dirty and spending some time outdoors and cutting some boards up and nailing them and screwing them together. Like, that sounds really fun. And Carine was like, well, you should build the gate, because if you build the gate, you'll be in a different archetype, and you'll be playing, and other ideas will come through. The work of building the business and building the course will get done in a new way. And I know this is true. I know that this is the way. So yeah, that was just nice to receive today, and kind of, it clarified, maybe if you've been watching the last couple days, then you noticed that this is kind of where I am. I'm like, everything's great. It's great. I'm tired. And it's like figuring out, okay, well, what is that? It's not that necessarily anything's wrong. Like, everything's going well, but where's my energy, and what archetype am I truly living in, and what am I really, how much am I allowing myself to allow things to happen, as opposed to being really intent on making them happen, So feels really good. I think it was the right thing at the right time, the right input at the right time. So that's where I am today, people. I love you much. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for watching. Thanks for being in my life and being the amazing people that you are. I love you. I'll see you soon.